Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Planet Coaster. And basically I wanted to add more to the boardwalk because right now it's looking really plain. So at first I'm trying to fix this path because if I want to add some buildings, I have to have it more straight so it's easier to build on it. So right here I add an angle snap, so that's like perfect. So now I want to start making a building, and I decided, well, most boardwalks have like treats and frozen goods, so I decided I'm gonna make like milkshakes and ice cream stand. And right now I'm trying to find like a wall, so I was looking for like a wooden wall that I could change the color of, but then there was not that many good ones. And then I basically see this haunted house and I'm like, it looks okay. So I try to build with it, and then I just said like, no, that doesn't look too good. So now I deleted it because also it was like out of alignment. So if I was to build it, it would be going on the path and it would just be messed up. So here I decided, well, first I'm gonna make a foundation, and I decided to use this nice wooden floor because it is a boardwalk and it actually blends in really well. And I felt that was the most modern and most nice for like a floor where people are working on. So I just aligned the wood and I put it down, and I go for 4 by I think like 5, but that changes quickly as I go for another one, and I realized that wasn't working, so I had to try it all again. And now I just do this. There we go. That's how it looks when it's finished. So that's the building foundation. Now I have to add the walls, so I look at these walls and then I take a second look and I'm like, that doesn't look too good. And I wanted to go for like a minty green with some pink because I've seen that before and I thought it looked really cool. So I decided to go with these metallic walls, and I saw that and I was like, yeah, actually it looks really nice. So I used the metallic green, like minty green walls. So I just go around, and I wanted to make it like an elevated, have a roof too. So and then I see like how this wood does not align well, so it would look weird if I had a shop in the middle. So but now it's 5, like there's 5 walls, so I could have 2 on each side. So now I'm looking for a roof, and there aren't that many to choose from in Planet Coaster, but this wooden roof you can color, and I decided to go with this, and it actually looks kind of nice. So I changed the pink a little because I want like a really nice, I guess, minty. I don't know if that's a thing, minty pink. I don't know. I want something like bubblegum pink. I don't know. Whatever that looks like. It's pretty, so I decided I wanted to go with it. And it also kind of reminds me of like a milkshake because there are some pink milkshakes out there. So yeah. Now I'm going for the second floor. And in Planet Coaster, it doesn't have to be too realistic where there's nothing like holding it up. It's just it's just really a framework. There's nothing inside except for the shop. So now I'm making the roof, and it looks really good right now. So I duplicate the walls so I can just do it quicker, and I keep the the minty green color because that's what I'm going for with this build. And yeah, so I don't know. I've never had a pink milkshake. Have any of you guys had one? Comment down below because I know they've been out there. They're out there, and I don't know if they're good, but I've seen them before on like YouTube and stuff. So now I'm adding like wooden beams to add like, I guess, support and structure to the building because right now it looks quite plain. So I wanted to add these pink wooden beams to go with the pink theme, and I'll go all across the building. I just wanted to have like a nice design, you know, something that makes it look better. So like when you're looking at it, it doesn't look like it's just a normal building with nothing on it. So I go also for some diagonal approach where it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like nice looking framework. And then right there, I go across, and I'm trying to go all the way across like this. I think in the end product I do keep this design. I forget though. And now I'm going across, so it's just going down, and it just outlines the building because I feel like that looks a lot better, and it actually does. So that's that. And now I wanted to do like a design on the roof. So I like have this go right here, And I had to make it align well, because right there does not look that good, and then there doesn't either. So I had to keep playing with the rotations and stuff so it looks better. And now I'm doing this weird little thing. I don't know if it looks the best, but I'm making the supports like go out, so it's kind of like there's like an overhang, and right there I was measuring it to see what that would look like. And it looks okay, so there. I just placed it. And I wanted to see if I could like do something on the side where it's like that, because I thought that might look good. I forget if I keep it. I think I don't. I forget though. But yeah, so that I just want to have something like, I don't know, make it look more 3D or something like that, so it goes outside of the building instead of just being on it. So I look at it from the sides to see what that would look like when you're walking up to it, and I think I'd keep it. But now I'm adding like framework to the roof and wooden beams to the roof, so it looks a lot better, because the roof looks quite plain with no beams or anything like that. It just looks like a normal roof, and I don't want that. I want mine to look nice. So I decide to add these wooden beams, and I had to make it look perfect, so not perfect, but I had to make it look good so it blends in. It can't look like that because that looks horrible, and this was really hard to do, so I had to like keep playing around with moving it and stuff, and I just decided to go with this. That looks really good. So then I thought, I can't do that again, so I'm gonna try to duplicate all of this, and it wasn't working, so I decided that I'm gonna have to edit the building and split each individual piece off the building like this. It took a little, but it was worth it, because in the end it looks a lot good. It looks really good. So now I'm just doing all that. I'm just duplicating, and now I'm able to individually select each piece. So like now I did that, and then I duplicate it and I move it over just a little bit so it has the same effect on that side of the building. But I was getting really frustrated when I saw that in Planet Coaster, it's really dumb, but there's this mechanic where you basically, if it's a selected building, then you cannot move the piece that much. Like, it has to go, basically there's a snap to it if there's like a group of buildings. So yeah, basically I had to again ungroup each thing, move it down one by one, and yeah. So that wasn't too fun, but it looks a lot better now that I added the framework. So then I decided I wanted to do the same exact thing on the other side, but I couldn't. I had to basically wanted to duplicate it, because now it looks perfect, because it's perfectly aligned. It's just the size wasn't that good. So now I have to again individually select each piece and move it down. And then I decided, well, there's this little, like, I don't know what to call it. There's like an extra wall piece on the roof on this side, so I wanted to add some supports and beams on that side of the building. So I'm making it to look like where the beams actually move out a little more, because I feel like that looks better. And I think it does in the end. So here I go. I'm adding the beam on that weird looking wall. And I decided to also connect it to those other beams on the front of the building. And I think this looks really well, because it adds more, I guess, 3D element and more support. It looks a lot better. So I'm looking at it from the side, and I'm thinking it looks really good right now. But I also, oh, I accidentally just moved it. That was a mistake. But I wanted to copy that building right there, that building piece right there, and add like something to this side of the building, because it didn't have that much. It had no 3D effect with no beams. So I wanted to do something like this, where I just add more beams on the side of the walls. And I do keep it because it looks a lot better, definitely. And then I decided to do it with the other one. This one I definitely could have used the bigger beams, but I didn't, because I don't know, I'm just dumb. So yeah. Basically, I'm basically just adding the beams. And that's what it looks like on the side. I don't change that side anymore. And then I wanted to see if I should do it on this side, but I decided, no, I'm just not going to. But I decided to move this beam down a little and then add another one, because it wasn't looking that finished. And I keep looking down underneath the building and see that there's like water underneath it, so I'm gonna have to fix that later. And right here I wanted to add the milkshakes, and I also saw there was ice cream, so I added an ice cream. And they're both from the same, I guess, company called Cosmic Cow in this game. And right now I'm just adding like outlines so you don't see the inside of the building because it doesn't look like anything. And yeah, there's that. So it looks a lot better. And then I wanted to keep the pink and blue effect of the building that the workers work in. So I did, instead I wanted to add this archway instead of actually like adding the shopkeeper's framework thing. So excuse me, I tried that, but right now I don't do that yet. But right now I went onto the Steam Workshop. You couldn't see because in the video it doesn't show, but on the Steam Workshop I found this like ice cream covered fonts, and I decided, well, people have to know what this building is, so I'm gonna add like a huge sign on the side, on the front of the building, so you can see it from a long distance. And since this shop sells ice cream and milkshakes, I decided I'm gonna call this the Creamery. So it's like a creamery on the boardwalk, because like if you're going on the beach or riding roller coasters or at the Funland or something like that, you want to have a nice ice cream at the end of the day to like relax. So that's something I prefer. I love getting ice cream. What's your guys' favorite ice cream? My favorite ice cream is like this is it specifically. It's chocolate vanilla swirl with chocolate sprinkles and chocolate syrup. I love ice cream. I love chocolate. It's one of my favorite things. But yeah, comment down below what's your favorite ice cream, because I know a lot of people who have some strange favorites. But so there's cream, and now I decide, well, there's already an E there and there's already an R, so I just decided to take the R's there so it's perfectly aligned and I don't even have to really do anything. And you might be looking at it and be like, well, it looks like the sign is floating, and a floating sign is not very realistic. And yeah, it definitely is. So I decided I wanted to go and look in the scenery to see if there was any like I wanted to see if there's any like little poles, and this is where I had the thing, but I want to see if there was any little poles where you can like connect it to make sure you could tell it's supported. So I look into this framework, and I've tried to find some small, again, poles, but all I found was this and a circle, and the cylinder wasn't looking too good, so I decided to go with this weird shape. I actually don't know what the shape is. It's like a cylinder, but it's also like an oval, so I don't know what to call it. But yeah, you can now you can see it and say, huh, it's definitely supported. So this took a while, definitely, but it was definitely worth it, because in the end it looks so much better than it just floating. Because it adds more realism, and I always like to add realistic effects to my park. And this boardwalk that I'm doing, well, if you didn't know, this whole park, you probably should, but this whole park is based off of Delaware, which is the state I live in, so I add some stuff that's from Delaware in the park. And this boardwalk is based off of Rehoboth Beach boardwalk that I live kind of close to, and I really like it. It's a nice place. And they have like a creamery. I forget what it's called, but there's like a famous orange ice cream there. I think it's like mango or something like that. I don't remember. I've never had it, but it's like it's supposed to be really good. So I decided to go with that kind of look for the building. And I don't know why, I just feel like this this font looks like some sort of Dunkin' Donuts font. I don't know why. I don't know why I just thought of that, but yeah. So now I wanted to add like some scenery to the side of the building. I don't know, maybe like an ice cream or an awning or something like that above. And I saw these signs for the shop, and it shows what they're ordering and what's on the menu. So I decided that's perfect, because people need to know what they're going to order. And then I looked for these wall signs, and none of them looked too good, so I didn't add them. But now I just typed ice cream into the search bar, and eventually I found these ice cream cone, and this, I guess it's like syrup. It's strawberry syrup, and also I guess you can change the color, which I definitely do, because I don't want just this ice cream, because that's not all we sell. We sell different kinds of ice cream. So there's the ice cream cone. It looks really good, And then I checked to see if there's any sprinkles, and no, there's these sprinkle cookies, which I probably could have added, but I did not add that. So now I wanted to copy this design, but I was getting very frustrated. So for some reason, you cannot actually select, like, in the visually select that ice cream, like the actual ice cream part of the ice cream cone. So it was really frustrating. So I just decided to move this, and I wanted to add the ice cream by itself. This was definitely a lot harder because it wasn't like perfectly added like I did already. So I just tried, and it took a while. So yeah, and I tried to change the color, and that did not look good. So I wanted to find a better brown for like chocolate, and then I saw it was black, and I was thinking, is there like a black ice cream? I don't know. There might be. I don't know. And then it got deleted, so I got really mad, and I had to try again. And I was just so frustrated. It was not good. So now I finally align it, looking a lot better, and I found a definite better brown and white, because this is my chocolate vanilla swirl, and on this I'm trying to ungroup so I can change the color of the syrup, and I changed it to this brown because that's basically chocolate syrup. That's basically my order. You just don't get the chocolate sprinkles, which I really wish. But yeah, while there's like a pause in this video, I wanted to ask everyone how their day is going, because I don't know. I mean, I like to ask people how their day is going, because you never know. Someone might be having an amazing day, or someone might be having a sad day, but you asking them how their day is going might, I guess, make their day. And right here, I was just looking at the random signs I could find. I found 2 roller coasters in real life, and I also found Francesco from Cars, but I don't know. I was just messing around at this point. And then I found those poles again, and I was saying, hey, I gotta make it look like these ice cream cones are not floating, because in real life, ice cream cones can't float. I mean, it would be awesome, but yeah, no, that's just not possible. So I try to find the gray again, which I do. And instead, this time I found this rectangle, and I thought, wow, this might look a lot better. And I decided to use this. And then for this big part, I used the gigantic, oh, I'm sorry, that surprised me. I used a gigantic cylinder for this ice cream cone. So I don't know. Since in real life, if something's a lot bigger, it's going to need a bigger support, right? That's what I was thinking. So I thought, well, the top of this ice cream cone's a lot bigger, so to add some realism to it, it would look a lot better if I add some big support. So yeah, I decided to do that. For the small one, like for the small part and the bottom part, I decided to keep that small rectangle. So now I'm trying to find these awnings for the shops, and I found the Cosmic Cow milkshake and the Cosmic Cow ice cream, and I used the ice cream for the ice cream and the milkshake for the milkshake, because I mean that does make sense. So now I'm trying to find these wall signs, and I found these ones, and I actually really liked them. And then I added that. I don't know why I added that sign above the awning. I mean, you can tell clearly what this is. It's ice cream, man. You can see the ice cream on the side. So I added another one of these signs, and I was trying to like put in a certain spot, so I had to do this, because when it was snapping because of that weird support beam we added earlier. And I added milkshakes, right? Like that sign that says milkshakes, just to know, even though I just added and found a gigantic milkshake statue that I put in the building. I think I put it in really soon. And well, first I wanted to see if there was any more ice cream, even though I don't think I should, because I mean, I added so much ice cream to this building already, so I gotta show some love towards the milkshakes, you know. But I don't know. I just love ice cream. What do you guys prefer, actually? I don't know, because honestly, I prefer ice cream over milkshakes. But it depends on who's making the ice cream and who's making the milkshakes. Like, if it's someone that I really like making the milkshakes and someone I don't like making the ice cream, then I might prefer the milkshakes. But if it's someone I really like making ice cream and someone I don't like making milkshakes, then I'll most likely like the ice cream. But what's your guys' opinion? But I don't know. Mostly mine is ice cream. I just love ice cream. It's just so good. So now there's that gigantic milkshake statue. I mean, this thing is huge. It's probably like 20 feet tall. Like, look at it compared to the guests. I wanted to make sure you could see the sign too, but I also wanted to add more to the milkshake section because I didn't add that much. So right now I'm also back on the Steam Workshop checking to see if I can find anything because there's tons of stuff you can add on the Steam Workshop. But I decided to finally fill that patch hole in so it looks more realistic and it's not just a floating building, because that's what it was throughout the most part of this video. It was just a floating milkshake building, and that's not realistic. So I decided I'm just gonna fill that in so it looks a lot better. And when you're looking underneath, you can tell that it's definitely not floating, because if you're like looking at the side of the building, you can definitely see like right here, that's not safe. That's just not standing well. So now I just fill it in. So that's pretty much it for this video. This is the full Creamery, like what it looks like, and I think it looks amazing. Like if you're on the roller coaster, it will get you in the mood like, wow, that's an awesome Creamery. I might have to get some milkshakes and ice cream after this. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and goodbye.